Hi friends, in this episode we'll see about the hazard in your workplace, episode number 2. You can now see about chlorine and chlorine related chemicals, their hazards and how to mitigate it. Chlorine is yellow color gas. It is very pungent in odor that it is twice as dense as air. It is very dense and yellowish in color. It is highly irritating and corrosive to eye, skin and respiratory tract. The most common use of the chlorine gas is in cooling tower, wastewater treatment as disinfection and biocide as in cooling tower, open type cooling tower in India. It's also used in color control and in control of filamentous organisms in the activated sludge process in wastewater plant. It's also used for preventing the spread of waterborne diseases and the most common means of disinfection used, cheap and best one in the industrial usage. It's also used as a bleach in the manufacture of paper and cloth and to make pesticides that is for killing the insects, rubber and solvents. It is listed as hazardous chemical by OSHA, ACGH, DOT, NIOSH, DEP. Here is the Integrated Risk Information System, NFPA and EPA. The threshold limit value for chlorine is less than 1 ppm. Exposure to chlorine can cause headache, dizziness, nausea, and vomiting. It will give irritation to the nose and throat. Repeated exposure will lead to lung damage. Always we have to use full space for air purifying respirators in chlorine atmosphere and supplied air respirator with full face piece if the level is greater than 5 ppm. Normally in cooling tower liquid chlorine is used from cylinders and it will be dosed in the cooling tower. It will be dosed on less than 1 ppm. So that if when a leak is there in the chlorine dosage area or near cooling tower, or if the dosing volume is more, then we have to be very careful. We have to use that air purifying respirator always going near that area. And if the leak is continuous in the chlorine plant or sodium hydroxide production plant, chlorine also is byproduct. There we have to use the full face piece with a supplied air respirator. Do not forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. Subscribe it, like it, give your comment in the comment box. We will show the other hazards, chlorine related products in the next slide. Chloroform Trichloromethane or formal trichloride CHCl3 is another chlorine related product. It is used as a solvent in organic chemistry, in photography and making dyes, drugs and pesticides. Workers involved in paper manufacturing or recycle industries, service employees exposed to some air conditioner refrigerant contain chloroform, equipment operators working at sanitary landfills and workers who work in the water treatment plants are exposed to chloroform. The threshold limit value is less than 10 ppm. It is considered as carcinogen, causes cancer to liver, kidney and thyroid cancer to animals. It will affect liver, kidney and nervous system also. It is stopped using as surgery in anesthesia, surgery anesthesia in medical field also. The value is greater than 2 ppm. We have to use a approved supplied respirator with full face piece. Normally in the movies also they will use to see so handkerchief with chloroform to kidnap a person, to faint to keep the person fainted. They'll use, but normally it is now obsolete. Now nobody is using chloroform. It is listed as hazardous chemical by OSHA, ACGH, DOT, NFPA, and NIOSH. Also in EPA, DEP, and NTP, National Toxicology Program, and IARC, that is the International Agency for Research on Cancer, because it is declared as carcinogen. So whenever the chlorine is used in Chlorine plants used in any plant, you have to put this danger sign. Chlorine gas placard or board. Chlorine gas, breathing gas will result in sort of severe burn or death. It's a must in that chlorine or chlorine related products handled area. Calcium hypochlorite, another chlorine related product, is known as bleaching powder, in powder form, CaClO2. It's also used as oxidizing agent, disinfectant, and bleaching agent. It is also listed as ordered by hazardous chemical by NFPA, EPA, and DOT. Normally, while cleaning a tank or sump with a minimum ventilation, people are using bleaching powder we mixed in water. We have to use a supplied air respirator with full face piece, as it will produce chlorine gas and mix with water. Normally, people use to clean the overhead tank, water tank, storage tank, or in sump. Normally, it will be having a very little opening in the main way, or half op the closing, half opening in the lid of the top of the tank. So when you go enter the tank and clean it with bleaching powder mixed in water, it will generate chlorine gas that will affect your lungs. You will get respiratory problem. So in that case, you have to use proper respiratory full face piece mask. Another type of bleaching is sodium hypochlorite. It's called Clorox or liquid bleach. It's liquid. Sodium oxychloride also is another name, NaOCl. It is also used in large scale in surface verification. Is also used as a bleaching, water removal, and water disinfection. It's also used in a domestic iron and manganese removal plant to speed up the iron removal. It will oxidize the iron ferrous to ferric. Is also listed as hazardous chemical by DOT, IARC, and EPA. It's also effective same as calcium hypochlorite. We have to use approved supplied air respirator with full face piece. But compared to calcium hypochlorite, sodium hypochlorite is more effective. Almost it is nearly effective like as liquid chlorine. So we have to be very careful while handling sodium hypochlorite. You can use it for iron and manganese in a closed pipeline. For other bleaching and the other and all, we have to use supplied air respirator with full face piece. Also in some refrigerant which are obsolete or phased out, or hydrochlorofluorocarbon, HCFC, or chlorofluorocarbon CFC, which are R11, R12, and R22, already banned. Also R115, because the ODP, ozone depleting layer potential, is one, but for carbon fluorochloride is 0.05 for hydrochlorofluorocarbon. But it is banned in use in Europe countries. In some countries also it is now still in use. Now 134 R134A is being used, but the global warming potential is very high for R134A. Now we have to use from 2025 R600A for refrigerator isobutane, and R290 propane for air conditioning and other chilling unit in the refrigerator, as a refrigerant in the industry and domestic purpose from 2025 onwards, as the global warming potential for R600A and R290 is very less, almost less than 2. Now R134A is used in a refrigerator, also in air conditioning unit, in domestic and as well as in industrial purpose. So it is in usage in Gulf countries, also in India, but from 2025 onwards it will be banned worldwide. So I have to go for R600A or R290. Hope you might have understand the chlorine and chlorine related gas is hazard and how to mitigate it. Do not forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. Give your comment and question in the comment box. Thank you very much. See you in the next episode.